Hi, this is Mr. West, and today I'm doing a Khan Academy tutorial on arc measure with equations. This was requested by Zabawi. Thanks again for requesting a video, and if you have your own request, please leave a comment with the specific concept, worksheet, or Khan Academy exercise that you need help with. But I really appreciate it. This channel is for you guys, so make sure to leave as many questions as you have on here so I can help you with whatever it is that you need. In this particular Khan Academy tutorial, we're going to talk about how to find arc measure given that we have equations within the circle. Let me show you. So for this one, we see that we're asking for this arc measure BC right here. To find it, we have one clue given, more like two clues, and it's that this arc measure is 4K plus 159. That's BC. And since it is a vertical angle from this other one, so these two angles are vertical, okay, vertical angles share that vertex, and it's the result of two intersecting lines, okay? So that's an important condition of vertical angles, and because of that, we can set these two angles equal to each other since they're congruent. So we have 2K plus 153. All right, so these two equations are now set equal to each other, and our first step is to solve for K. We want to know what it's equal to. Anytime I have variables on both sides like this, I want to get the variables together first. That's going to save us time, and it's a more efficient process. I always like to subtract the smaller of the two. So once I do that, I get 2K plus 159 equals 153. From there, I'm going to subtract 159 to get the variable by itself. I get negative 6 on the right now, and I have 2K equal to that. So after I divide by 2, I get K equals negative 3. So now that I know that K equals negative 3, I can find my arc measure by substituting K equals negative 3 into this equation. So I know that 4 times negative 3, plus 159 is going to give me my arc measure for BC. I'll put at measure of BC. So I get negative 12 plus 159, and that, of course, is equal to 147 is measure of BC. Let's just double check work. There's nothing more frustrating than making a simple mistake and having Khan Academy punish me for it. So I think we can just go ahead and type in 147. Everything looks pretty good to me, and we'll check it. And there we go. Next question. So now we're looking at AB. Okay, is a diameter of circle P. What is the arc measure of major arc ACD? Okay, so here's the deal. Anytime it says major arc, okay, we're almost going the full circle here. So let's go ahead and highlight AC. It gives you the order that you need to kind of draw this arc, and then D is right there. So that's our major arc. There's a couple angles that we'll need to find. First off, we need to understand that if we have a major arc like this and it's given a diameter, that diameter is important because we know that's 180 degrees. Okay, now we're also told that this is 90 degrees based on this right here. So what's missing? If we have 180 there and 90 there, to go a complete circle, okay, that's 270, we still have another 90 to go. That means that these two angles right here need to add up to 90. So this plus this needs to equal to 90. Let's demonstrate that over here. So we have 7x plus 1. I can't even read it because I highlighted it. Okay. Plus 9x minus 7. And really I should put that in parentheses in case like I'm doing a minus. But since I'm not doing a minus, I can essentially erase those parentheses. Equals 90. After this, I'm just going to combine terms here. So I have 16x and then plus 6 equals 90. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I get 16x equals 84. Oh boy, I'm guessing it's going to be like 5 or something. No, not 5. Let's see here. 84 divided by 16, 5.25. I may have messed up. Let's just double check my work here. 7x plus 1, 9x minus 7. Oops, I see what I messed up already. So I had a -7 here and a +1. That needs to be -6. So I really should be adding 6 to both sides, and that will give me 96. Good thing I double-checked my work. So I have 96 divided by 16, and I get 6 for that. That makes a little bit more sense. So we have divided by 16, and I get x equals 6. The temptation is go ahead and put that in there, but you can't do that. Again, we're trying to find the measure of this complete arc. So I need to plug it into one of these. In this case, I might as well just plug it in right there, since it's part of my green arc there. 9 times 6 minus 7. That's 63 minus 7. That should give me 50, what is that, 56? Yeah, 56. All right, so I have 56 is equal to this measure right here. Okay, and now I can just do 180 plus 56 plus 90, and that's everything that encompasses that major arc. So here is that major arc. That was an amazing bracket I just drew. So I can just do 270 plus 56, and I get 326. I should be able to put 326 in here. Just trust I did everything correct, and I didn't. I must have messed up somewhere in my addition. Let's double check here. Let's bring up my pad here. Where could I have gone wrong? So I solved x equals 6. I plugged in 6 here, and I see where I messed up. Maybe I should be doing math at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, here we go. This is 54. I think I just did 9 times 7 instead. My apologies. 54 minus 7. There we go. Now we're making progress, and that should be 47. Now I just need to do plus 47 here. Okay, 270 plus 47. 317. So cross this off. 317. Sorry, Khan Academy. We all make mistakes. All right, let's. Oh boy. There we go. 317. Watch it go this time. Yeah, there we go. All right, sorry about that mistake, but at least we corrected it. That's the important thing. What is the arc measure of minor arc DE in degrees? Wow, there's a lot going on here. So let's go ahead and highlight DE. We're looking for that guy. All right, AC and BE are diameters, it says. I think that it's important to highlight that we have AC here as a diameter and then also BE as a diameter. This one's giving us a lot of information, and it wants us to decipher what's going on. I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use this one, this BE diameter, because we know that these two measurements right here are going to add up to give us 180. I'm going to start with that. So I have 4W plus 8 plus 4W plus 4 equals 180. I think the temptation is also to set these equal to each other, but that is not something that's going to be able to get done. Just be careful with that. Now that I have that set up, I have 8W plus 12. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. That gives me 68 equals 8W. And now I divide by 8. So I have 168 divided by 8, and that gives me 21. So W equals 21. Ah, that's a double bonus. So look, now that I know that W is 21, I can find all these measurements with those equations by plugging in 21. Which ones do I actually need, though, is the question. I think the only one that I really need is this one right here. Oh, I need this one and this one, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Okay, I'm going to plug in W equals 21 for those two. And so I do that. 4 times 21 plus 4. Let's have no more mistakes this time. We have 84 plus 4 equals 88. So this is 88 degrees right there. This one. And then this guy, we're going to plug in 2 times 21 plus 11. These are involved problems. 42 plus 11. And then we have 53. Did you do that right? Yeah, 53. Now I can see why this one was requested. Kind of tough. Now, why did I do that? Why did I pick those two to plug in? Because I saw that this was a vertical angle to that, okay? I knew ahead of time that this was a diameter, so I know that whole purple is 180. Kind of faded, but I hope you get the point. And if I'm trying to find that green, I need to find everything else. Here's my overarching idea, that if I have that as 180, I could subtract that red angle, which I now know is 53 degrees. And then I can also subtract this, I guess we'll call it the yellow angle, which I found out to be 88 because it's vertical. So I subtract that 88 also. And then that will give me my green angle, which I'm trying to find, okay? That's my thought process in case you're wondering why I decided to plug it into those. Now I just need to actually do the math. So I'm just going to take 180 here. Let me clear my calculator. 180, and I'm going to subtract 53. Okay, that equals 127. And then from there, I'm going to subtract 88, and I get 39 degrees. All right, let's see how we did. One tiny mistake, and the whole, there we go, finally. All right, here we go, last one. Circle P is below. What is the arc measure of major arc ABC in degrees? Okay, take a deep breath. Here we go, we got this. So, we're trying to find ABC. It's good to highlight what we're looking for. You can see I'm really good at tracing. ABC here, and circle P is below. It gives us no other information. So from here, we just have to find those measurements. All right, here's what I can tell right from looking at this is it gives us every angle technically, right? It gives us every angle in the circle. Based on this, I know that I can add these three angles up together, and it's going to equal 360. Not ideal, but we can do it. So we have 1, 2, 3. I have 20y minus 11. I can add that to 7y minus 7. Again, you can put this in parentheses, and just keep in mind that if it's subtraction, you would apply that subtraction to both. It's not, okay, so we can kind of get rid of the parentheses. And then plus 4y plus 6, and that is all equal to 360. I can go from there, and then I'm going to add up. Let's see, if I'm looking for ABC, I would just need to add up this angle and that angle, okay, because that's what it encompasses right through there. I don't really need this one. Or I could do 360 minus that one. A couple different options, okay? I digress. Let me go ahead and look for like terms. So I have 20y, 7y, and 4y. That gives me 31y. And then let's look at my constants here. And I have negative 11, negative 17, that's negative 18, plus 6 gives me negative 12 equals 360. From there, I'm going to add 12. 372 equals 31y. Oh boy, I'm hoping that division works out. Otherwise, I got to go back to the drawing board for my math. 372 divided by, oops. Okay, here we go, big moment. Aha! All right, so we get divide by 31, and I get y equals 12. Good news. Okay. From here, I need this measurement, and we're going to add them together. Or what I could do is I could just plug it in one time and then subtract it from 360. Just for, I think, the easier way to understand, even though it's slightly more work, is plugging it over here. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into these two because I think it's just slightly easier. So I have 20y minus 11. I'm going to plug in 12. That gives me 240 minus 11. And that gives me 229 for that angle. This is the part where I could make mistakes. Got to be careful here. Now I have 4 times 12. That's this one. Okay, so I got that measurement. So now I have 4 times 12 plus 6. That gives me 48 plus 6. That's 54. So now I just need to add 54 plus 229. Here we go. 54 plus 229. And that's 283. So that's 283. Now I can check my work by plugging it in here and then subtracting from 360. I am going to do this just because I don't want to make another mistake. So like that should be 84 minus 7. I think that's 77. So then I can do 360 minus 77, and that should give me the same thing. 360 in the circle minus 77, that's the angle that we don't want, and I get 283. I know I got this right this time. 283, I'm very confident. Okay, and there we go. So that's it. That's all there is to it. I know it looks ugly saying 3 out of 4, but we corrected our mistake. Hopefully you won't make that same mistake I did. Take your time on this, write everything out, and if you have any other questions, please leave a comment. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.